The z-index property specifies the position of an element, and the z-index can work only with the position element like absolute, relative, fixed, and sticky. About the position, we have already created the video. The link is in the description. You can watch that video as well. So now first let's create a heading h1 and let's add some text. Is a simple heading for testing the z index. Right, so after that we're going to add an image which is inside images. So the image name is nature1 dot. All right, so now we don't need the alt attribute. So now let's run this is the image and this is the header. So now let me create another image, excuse me, paragraph. So this should be displayed on the image. So all right, so first let's check where it is going to be displayed. As you can see, it is displayed at the bottom side of the image. So now what I'm going to do, by using the the z index, I'm going to put this paragraph on the image. So now for this we are going to jump over to the CSS, and here what I'm going to do, I'm going to target the image element, and here I'm going to specify the position, and left will be 0 pixel, top will be 0 pixel as well, and after that z index -1. Now let's save this and let's refresh this. So as you can see, the paragraph come over the image. So by using the z-index, we can specify the position of an element. So now let's take a look for another example. So here I'm going to remove all of these, and here I'm going to create a div container, and here I'm going to add 3 other child divs. So the first one is black dash box, and add some text box. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this and paste it 2 times. So the first one is black, the second one is gray, and the third one is green. Gray and green. Let's save this. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump over to the CSS. Let's remove this one. So first I'm going to target the container class. Container. So first I'm going to specify the position and make the position relative, and after that first I'm going to specify the black box. So dash box. Let me check the class name. All right, let's specify the position. So position will be relative, and the z index 1, border 2px, solid black, height 100 pixel, and margin will be 30 pixel. So this is the first one. Now let's jump over to the second one. So the second one will be not black, gray dash box. So let's specify the position will be absolute, and the z index is 3, and the border light gray, and the height will be 60 pixel. So the width will be 70%. It's semicolon, and left is 50 pixel and top is 50 pixel as well. And after that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to green dash box. So the green box position absolute z index 2, the background will be light green, and the width is 35%. The left will be 270 pixel. Top minus 15. And height is 100 pixel. All right, so that's it. Everything is good to go. Now here I'm going to show you the uses of the. So now let's refresh this. So as you can see, these are 3 boxes. So what I'm going to do, first I'm going to remove the z index from here. So first let's check. As you can see, everything is on its specific, or everything is on its correct places. So now let's remove the z index and let's refresh the page and check how it looks. Save this and let's refresh. As you can see, the third, which is green box, is over the gray box. So as you can see, if two positioned elements overlap each other without a z index specified, the element defined last in HTML code will be shown on the top. So as you can see here in HTML code, the green box is the last element of HTML, and as you can see, here without z index, the last element is on the top of first and second element. So this is the uses of the z index. The z index will position correctly each element on its place. So if we put the z index on the last element, let's check how it looks. Let's z index 2, and let's add z index for the all of them, 3, and for black we have z index 1. Let's save this. Now let's refresh. As you can see, the last element, which is green, positioned at the last, and the first and the second element is in front of the last element. So this is the uses of the z index. So the next we have overflow. So the overflow property specifies whether to clip content or add a scroll bar when the content of the element is too big. So there are 4 types of value of overflow property. So one is the visible and the hidden, scroll, and auto. So we are going to talk about this step by step. And remember, the main point is that overflow property only works for block element with a specified height. So now let's check an example. So here first I'm going to create a div, and I'm going to name it overflow test. Overflow test, and inside this div I'm going to add this random text. And before adding the div, I'm going to first add the heading 2, and let's add some text. So CSS flow overflow, and after this I'm going to add a paragraph explanation of the overflow. The overflow property controls what happens to content that is too big to fit into the area. So as you can see, I've created this div element with a class overflow test, and this is the text I've added. So now let's save this, and now let me open the browser and let's check. So as you can see, this is the simple text. This is the heading 2, paragraph, and the div element. So now let's add some CSS. So for CSS I'm going to jump over to the style class. So I'm going to target the overflow test class, and here I'm going to add a background will be, and the color of a text should be white, and the padding 15 pixel, width 50%, height 100 pixel, and overflow. So now this is the overflow. So the overflow will be scroll. So we are going to talk about others at the moment. So border 1px solid, this color. Now let's save this, and now let's jump over to the browser and let's refresh this page. So as you can see, this is the design that we have added the scroll ball, and as you can see, this is the use of the scroll ball. For fixing a text in a specific place, we are going to use the overflow. So now here we have used the overflow scroll. Now let's use the overflow hidden property. And let's refresh this. As you can see, some of the text is displayed, but the remaining text is not displaying because they are hidden. Scroll bar is hidden, so that's why the remaining text is not displaying for the user. So when we use the visible, so overflow visible, and now let's refresh this, is the same but with a little bit differences. So the text is out of the specific place. So as you can see, there is a text, as you can see right here. The text is out of the specific element, or you can say the specific place, by using the overflow visible. So if we use the auto will add a scroll bar whether if it was needed. So now so as you can see, here we need the scroll bar, so that's why it added a scroll bar. So let me remove some text from here, and let's remove some text from this part. Let's save this. Now let's refresh. It still have a text. So now let me remove some of them. Let's save this, and now let's refresh. So as you can see, the scroll ball is not needed for now. So that's the uses of the auto value and the overflow property. If the scroll bar was needed, if the text was too big in the element, by using the auto value, it will add the scroll balls automatically. So hope it's understand for you. Let me control Z the text again. So now let's save this. So hope you understand the uses of the visible, which will hide the text from the user, but it is out of the range and out of the specific element, as you can see. But when we use the hidden property, hidden value, the text is going to be hide from the user, and also the visible, no, not visible, scroll bar. By using the scroll value, it will add the scroll for the element whether it's needed or not. So hope you understand. That's the uses of overflow. So hope you understand. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so you'll get the notification of my new video when I upload them.